welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a whole long, like I haven't uploaded a video and I should have uploaded a video, but there were certain things, like I was busy with some stuff. So anyways, I want to start this video with such an inspiration to you guys. Like I saw the last video that you saw and you guys were so amazed. I personally am so amazed with the responses that I received. So I just wanna introduce you to one of the greatest entrepreneurs that I have ever seen before, like in this country. She's the first lady I saw, and then I was totally amazed, and I really like I'm not gonna introduce her. She's gonna introduce herself, and then you're gonna know why did I want her on my channel.
Hi everyone, I am Smithi Jani, originally from India, Ahmedabad, and I've been in the UK since 2000. I don't know why, but I'll never forget the date. 23rd of May 2000 I came here, and it's one of those memorable dates, like a birthday you'd never forget. I can't forget that date, but it's been 22 years and I can't still believe I've been here for 22 years. I'm an entrepreneur, a mompreneur. I have two gorgeous kids, 14-year-old boy and an 11-year-old daughter, and a 2-year-old dog, so 3 kids actually.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been here for a while. I came here as a student, and as Rinki said, you know, that she's inspired by me. I was inspired by her. Oh my god, like a student saying I want to be an entrepreneur, I've never heard of that. A student comes, they want to start earning quick money, and the quickest way of earning money is getting any crap job, any shit job, any job really. Even if it's paying you pennies, people get into it. But to have an inspiration and to have somewhere where you want to go is very rare quality. You're just making your end meet. So when I saw her, I was like, okay, this is some person which is very different, and I could see my younger self in her somehow, because I really did have dreams. I was killing them every day sometimes because I had to do what I had to do. But when I saw her, I was like, do not leave your dreams. Pursue them. That's the way forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you're basically from Ahmedabad?
I am from Ahmedabad.
Oh, that's where I got my visa from. That's
okay,
crazy.
22 years ago, there was no visa services in Ahmedabad. It was really rural compared to what it is now. When I go back every year, there are flyovers. There were no flyovers then, trust me. There was no flyovers then. There were no skyscrapers. The tallest building I lived in was the tallest building that was 10 floors. That's it, no more than that. And I had applied for my visa, not in Ahmedabad, I had applied for my visa in Delhi. So I had gone to Delhi and applied it there, because apparently that was the quickest way. Bombay was taking longer, Delhi was quicker, so I tried that.
Nice. What did you did your undergrad in?
I did my undergrad in commerce. I am a commerce student. I grew up, as every child thinks, I want to be a doctor or an engineer. Then you realize engineering is tough. Let's try doctor. Then you realize, oh, I have to cut things open and see the blood. No way, not doing that. So then you go towards, as people do, you know, teacher or whatever. But very soon I realized science wasn't my field. Commerce was it, and also business was my field. So commerce was the right field I was in. At that time I didn't think so, because everybody was doing engineering or doctorate. But it's okay. It's okay to stand out.
You said you did like entrepreneurship, like MBA in entrepreneurship. What was that?
So I did my BCom as usual. And if anybody who's watching is from HA College, I was from HA College for BCom. And I did my EDI, I did my entrepreneurship there, and I was the first batch.
22 years back.
Yeah, there was nothing called entrepreneurship then. Most people did not even know how to pronounce it. No one knew the spelling for sure. But I knew this is to do business, and this is to start your own business and be your own boss. And that's what I always wanted to be. And I think that's why a lot of people want to be doctors or engineers, because they feel empowered. And entrepreneurs are very powerful, because they can really take the worst days as the best days and make it into the best days. So I did my entrepreneurship. We were the first batch. I think that is when I took my first risk, where I took a course which no one had done before, and I thought, we'll see how it goes. So we were the guinea pigs, but it's worked well. It's still going well. So 22 years later, going strong,
How did you what thought came into your mind when you thought that I'm gonna go abroad, I'm gonna start my journey from abroad?
I never thought I will go abroad. It was one of my dream come trues. So I know my bhua once asked me, you know, what is your dream? What would you like to do? I said, I would like to visit a country. I never thought I will live in another country, because I never thought there's anywhere better than where my parents are. And the comfort of home, you know. Whatever, we get everything served on a plate, and we are so blessed. So we would not, and we know that outside if you go, you have to do everything yourself. So I never thought I'm going to go outside, but I did want to visit. And my boo at that time said, have a higher dream which is not achievable, or you might have a heart attack if that comes true. And I was like, okay, that's a very strange thing to say. But anyway, that was my visiting dream. But when I did my MBA with EDI, something unfortunate happened in my life, and it's quite personal, so I won't share it right now. But I thought, okay, I want to go abroad and live there and just cut my connections to India for a bit, take a break from here, take a break from the environment. And I came here. I came here for 1 year MBA, and I thought I'm wasting that money because I've done an MBA from a very reputable institute. Why am I going abroad and doing another MBA? Then I thought, okay, I've done entrepreneurship. I really want to start a business with IT. So I did my second MBA here in IT.
Wow.
And I did that 1 year course, and I thought 1 year, the day it finishes, I'm going to fly back. No way I'm staying there, because my wish was not to stay here 22 years later, hey?
That's crazy. Like for someone who hasn't thought about, like, there are so many students who are preparing to come over here, and then they like, I personally, when I started my journey, I was thinking of which like UK was not even in my list. I was thinking about US, and then I was like, what's going on, what should I do? But there are so many restrictions and everything, and then all of a sudden PSW came in. So I was like, this is the country that's calling me, and I'm gonna go to this country regardless of whatsoever. I didn't know which course I want to do. I didn't know anything. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell you this, Rinki, and you don't know. I went to Delhi thinking I'm applying to the US Embassy.
Oh.
So my university, which I did my course, had a campus in America, in Switzerland, and in UK.
Yeah.
And when I went there, the agent said, apply for UK. It's the easiest to get. After that, do a term in America and do a term in Switzerland. And it sounds like a dream come true, because I wanted to visit all these countries, and I was like, that sounds right. Okay, let's do that. I was slightly crossed because in my head I was going to America. But I thought, okay, I'm not going to Florida, I'm going to London instead. But eventually I'll go to Florida. I did apply for my first term from here. After finishing my first term, I got rejected. And you're right, there are too many restrictions in US. It's not easy to get it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to finish my course here and at some point go to America. I've been to America a few times since. But I didn't go there as a student. So I think most people in India start with US as a target.
Yeah, makes sense. So now for us, like, as a student, we have an international student who has a leverage to stay in this country for 2 years. How did you, like, 22 years back, I guess you didn't have permission to stay in this country for 2 years, and you didn't knew, like, are you gonna get a job, or you thought that what was going on at that time in your mind, like, I just want to study and go back, or I just want to get a job, or anything else like that?
No, pretty much. I did not even want to study and go back. I wanted to do the 3 countries as promised by the agent. But I have to say one thing, guys. If there are students who are watching this, do not trust your agents. My agent did not give me the right information. Getting a visa from here was not possible. I got rejected twice because I trusted him and I kept submitting my papers, which meant for 10 years I could not apply for US visa because 2 rejections are not good. But he said, try it, it will happen. No, it doesn't happen. Do not trust them. Now in this day and age, internet tells you everything. Trust that more and get the information from a few sources rather than trusting that one person. They're just trying to make money from you. So how my application went was, everything was manual. I went to Delhi, and as you know, I was supposed to go to Florida, but I ended up here. So the paperwork was very different. We filled up everything. Me and my dad had a few heated discussions because he said, it's okay, go to London. And I said, no, I don't want to go to London. I want to go to Florida. And he said, Magar, you have to start somewhere. And I thought, okay, I will start. But my plan wasn't to stay. My plan wasn't to be in London at all. I thought the worst case, when my visa got rejected, I'll stay here for the year and I'll go back.
Wow.
That's literally it. I had also thought what I'm going to do on the way back, and the whole journey was planned, but he had other plans.
Oh my god. So you did your visa, you did your applications, you got rejected twice, then you again reapplied, and then you booked the flights. And how was your first day? Because I'm asking this question because in my last video I specified about how my first day became my worst day of my life. How was your first day 22 years back?
Now it feels like that was a big challenge. At that time I just went with the flow. One thing I had decided when I came to UK was I will not cry. I will not give up. And that I stuck with for a good 18 months. I really did not shed a single tear. I thought, I am taking this decision and it's my decision to go, because my mom was very, at that time girls didn't get out. I'm from a Marwari
Yeah.
background, okay? Forget about girls, no one gets out in Marwari background. Very few boys even get out.
Yeah.
Gujaratis, Punjabis still get out, but
Yeah.
Marwaris, they don't get out. They are staying in their cocoon and they're very happy in their cocoon.
Yeah.
Girl getting out was a big deal.
Yeah.
My chachis, masis, kakis, everybody was telling my mom, kya kar rahi hai? Why are you letting your daughter out? You know, she's going to come back a different person. You don't
Yeah.
want that, whatever not, right? So it was hard enough, and I thought I will stick it and I will make it, and that was my thing.
Yeah.
So I had thought I'm not going to, you know, shed a tear. I reached here. The auntie was going to stay, going to keep me with her
Yeah.
for the first few weeks till I find my accommodation.
Yeah.
The so-called auntie didn't even turn up at the airport. So it was very interesting to reach the airport and only find out, because the day before I flight, I spoke to her, I'm coming to you. And I remember very explicitly asking her, 23rd May is in the middle of summer. So I asked her, what do I bring to the airport? She said, an umbrella, a winter jacket and a summer jacket. And I thought, what do you mean? She said, it's London. It can be any weather.
Yeah, that's so true. After 22 years back. That's so true
Like,
even now.
what? I couldn't believe that. But anyway, so she didn't turn up, and I thought, now what, right? I couldn't call my parents, because in this day and age, you have phones where you can just call on WhatsApp. There was no WhatsApp then. Internet was not so easy to access, okay?
Yeah.
So what did I do? I went to the teacher who, there was an instructor from the school who had come to receive we were around 20 plus students here. And she'd come to receive. She was like this huge big lady with curly hair. Honestly, she was like the male version of Hagrid. We are coming from India and we thought, wow, like, you know, we were so mesmerized by just her looks and kind of being around her. And she was really good. She was like a matron for us. Except she could not do anything about the accommodation. She had assumed everyone had sorted their accommodation. So when we told her, we don't have an accommodation, now where do we go? And fortunately or unfortunately, 3 females this happened. So we stuck like glue, because we 3 didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
She said, what I can do is, you can leave your big bags in the college, in this one of the offices, in her office, but you can't sleep in the college. You're not allowed to. So where do we sleep? That was a big issue. One of my friends, her mama came from America to receive her over here to make sure her initial few days go smooth. He used to put us up for the first week he was here. One night in a girls' hostel. One night, I think we slept in a B&B, where we were like 6 people. Mama, mommy on the top. There was 4 girls on the sides of the beds, because there was no spaces. It was summer, and you know, summer, everywhere is so busy. So those 7 nights, I only remember the 2 nights where I slept, but I know every day we were carrying our bags from one place to another. We had nowhere to go.
Wow.
And every day we were thinking, Bhagwan, all we need is one place where we can call it home. Even if it's for a few nights, we just want to take our bags and be able to shower in the same shower more than once.
Yeah.
And we had to learn how to use the tubes.
Yeah.
They used to pay paper tickets then. It was very, very interesting. Coming from Ahmedabad, I never even used a bus. Okay.
Yeah.
So to use a tube to read a bloody map.
Now everything is online, everything is digital.
Yeah, it wasn't like that at all. And yeah, it was a very interesting first day. I don't think I would want my kids to face it or anybody to face it.
None,
Really.
yeah.
But be prepared for the worst.
Yeah. Can you suggest, like, I have in my videos earlier, I've stated that for the students who are coming over here, there's so many students, even like they book their accommodations when they are here. Why it is so mandatory to book accommodation before they are coming to this country?
So, because you just heard my experience. If
Yeah.
you do not do that, you can be left with crap. Honestly, you'll be left on streets, and this weather, you don't want to be in streets. You'll need an umbrella, a winter coat and a summer coat. You don't know what you'll need. And it's not the best policy to reach here and think I will sort out my accommodation. Honestly, tell me, if you're going on a holiday, when was the last time you did not book a hotel and reach there? You always book a hotel because you want to sleep in a safe environment.
Yeah.
So why not do that when you know you're going to a different country, a completely different continent?
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth taking the risk.
Yeah, and personally, from my experience, you should not, like, I really want to let her say this statement, because I know it is so, like, when you are just new to this country, you don't know anyone, you don't know anything, and if you don't have a roof over your head, you are going to go back. Regardless of anything, you're going to go back and you're going to quit.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Either that, or you'll be so devastated that you lose confidence in yourself. You really, like, it will take you a long time to get over it.
Yeah.
Really, the first accommodation we found, that Kaka Kaki, God bless them, we found, we went to a mandir, a Swaminarayan temple, and they took us on board as paying guests. You know, it was a very interesting experience. Again, I don't want to go into the details.
Yeah.
But at least we had the same shower we were using. There was one bed we were sharing. Two girls, we shared a room. But it was not an easy thing to not have an accommodation.
Yeah.
Really, do not even think about not having one. Maybe have a temporary one for a
Yeah.
few weeks, few months, till you sort out your permanent one.
Yeah.
But coming without one, don't think of that as an option. And please do not trust any relative or aunties which are going to board you. They may not appear.
Yeah.
22 years
Yeah.
and I have not seen that auntie yet.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Oh. Yeah. I like. This experience is so important for every student, international student that's coming over here. Like, you need to hear this. So just please do not come without booking an accommodation, because I know personally how it feels. I've seen students crying on the first, second, third day, even after like booking an accommodation, or like they come over here, they book with some fake agent, and then the agent don't reply them back. They roam around on roads with their baggage and everything. Just don't do this with you. Your parents are paying so much amount for you. Just don't create a whole mess with you. It's just 24-48 hours. How are you gonna manage every single thing? Just don't do this with you. Like, there are so many, after this there are so many students that comes over here for like when they land over here, they're just thinking of a part-time job. So how at that time, 22 years back, how was the part-time job scenario, and what was your first job?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I come from a background which is no non-veg, no alcohol. My house, you can't even talk about eggs, forget about non-veg, okay? And the first job, I looked for many jobs, but because we have an Indian accent. Now, I know a lot of people say that you have a British accent. No, that is the language here. That is the
Yeah.
acceptable accent. We have an Indian accent. So it's very hard to understand any customer-facing rules. You don't know what they're talking about. Butter is not called butter. It's called butter. It's got no T's, okay?
Yeah.
So, and a lot of words. I do not want to go into details, but there's a lot of words which don't have T's, which can mean very different.
Yeah.
So the first job I got was in a pub, and I don't know why they took me on, because they should not have, I feel now. And I had to serve beer. Okay, first thing, there are so many different types of beers. For a person who doesn't drink, I had no idea that beer may be like there's like so many types. Right?
Yeah, totally
And they would ask
understand
me this and that, and then you had to pour it that it spills a bit, so you pour it till the brim. Okay, that's fine. But for me, it was like yucky, right? Touching beer every time. So I used to be washing my hands after every glass. I was sacked after 2 weeks because I was caught washing my hand more often than serving beer. And that's that. But I was really gutted, because I thought, why would I be sacked? I'm doing everything right. I'm just washing my hands. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to find a part-time job, especially because the accent we have, because we have no experience, which is local experience.
Yeah.
People think it's going to be like this. No, you will not get any decent job. Be prepared to stack shelves and do jobs which you would have never thought in your life you will do.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And students, even now, they like 50% of them don't want to do those jobs, and then 50% of them do anything they can to survive and to fit in and do every single thing to stay in this country. That's like, the population is like, the percentage of students who are putting their efforts to stay in this country is so less compared to the ones like anyways, how did you got your first full-time job, and in how many months did you crack the whole formula? Because at that time internet was not that much accessible, and like you said, you were just, I was talking to her before, and then she said she just had a word with her parents once a week. So it's such a terrifying thing for me personally. So how did you find your first like full-time job?
Okay, a little bit about that. Internet in 22 years ago was a dial-up, yeah? I don't know if you guys even know, like, you are the generation now.
Our generation don't know it.
It used to take forever to connect the internet, and they could not chat from home. They had to go to an internet cafe. I could chat from here from my college, but it could not be a Skype call. Again, a lot of people don't know what a Skype call is. It's very similar to a Zoom call, but slightly different. Okay, and they had to go to a cafe, and I had to, make sure I was in college when there was no one around, and that was very tricky. So we used to buy calling cards. Now, no, not anyone knows about this. It used to be like a credit card. You scratch it and you get a code, and that card, if you call once, then you can get 40 minutes to talk to your other side, or it's a £5 card, you get 40 minutes. Otherwise, if you call and if you cut it, then you only get 2 5 minutes. So you'd get either 10 minutes or a 140 minutes. So we used to email each other, me and my parents, and we used to discuss, okay, Sunday 5 p.m. I will call, and they would be ready with whatever auntie, my brothers, everyone, and then we used to have this 40-minute call, and just once a week everyone used to talk. It used to be nice in a way that we're never in a rush. They're always prepared to have time for me, and I was always prepared to, but it was literally restricted to that. And I had to make sure I do not tell them sad stories, because I cannot tell
Yeah.
them this did not work. Till I went back the first time, 18 months later, they did not know that auntie did not turn up. So I never told them, because that would really upset them. You know, meri pyari bachi kind of a thing. So it
Yeah.
really would upset them, and they would have called me back, while I had promised myself I'm going to make it. So I had to find all the ways to make it. Now coming back to your question, how
Yeah.
did I find my first job? First time I got sacked, a few times I got sacked because of my accent or some other problems, cultural issues really.
Yeah.
But there was a point of time, and guys, this is real, okay? I did 3 jobs in the same day. 3 jobs in the same day. I lived near a station called Waterloo, and I used to work in Waterloo. All the 3 jobs were there. So I used to reach there at 5 o'clock. There's a news agent called W.H. Smith.
Yeah.
I worked there 5 to 11. From there, I only had time to eat a Snickers bar, so a chocolate bar.
Wow.
Go to work from 11 to 5 in a currency bureau. From there, I had 2 minutes to walk to Upper Crust Cafe, where they sell sandwiches, and I used to make sandwiches there. So 11 to 5 and 5 to 11 again. So literally from 5 in the morning to 11 in the night, I was working. 3 jobs. Why did I do that? Because I'd promised myself I'm going to try and pay my second term fees. Because the first term fees my dad gave, I don't know what got into me to do that. And it was like a stubborn thing that I'm going to do it no matter what. But I could do it eventually. So the first job I got was, after doing these jobs, these 3 jobs, I found out I was an emergency tax code, because more than 20 hours if you worked as a student at that time, you'd be on emergency tax. So instead of 20% tax, you're paying 50% tax. So if you're only getting £4 an hour and £2 are going into tax, it's really not worth working those extra hours.
Yeah.
So I found out instead I'm going to work in a proper job, and I applied for lots of jobs, because thankfully I was doing MBA in IT, and I had some teaching experience, as in India I did local tuitions for little children in my building. And at that time I applied for IT trainer. I was teaching. I was really good. I still am very good with Microsoft Excel and Word, and that time nobody knew about these things. So, and that's the great thing about Indians. We know a lot of IT stuff. We use computers much more proficiently than a lot of the world does.
Makes sense.
So they took me as an instructor. They then promoted me into their office, and they took me as an accountant, and then I was the business manager there, where I increased their sales, their overall turnover by 50%. So
within just how many months?
I think it took me 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
So it was really good, and I loved that job, and I'm very grateful I got a full-time job which I could talk to people about. Because in India, if you told someone you were working in a shop or you were making sandwiches, they'd be like, "You've gone to London to do that. Come back." You know, they won't let me. So
they will never understand what we do over here. They're never gonna understand it.
So that was my first job, and I'm very grateful that happened. But shall I say about the experience where they didn't pay me?
Yeah, of course.
So
before that, were you allowed to work? Because now the students who are coming, we are just allowed to work 20 hours a week. How much were you allowed to work?
No, they
in a week?
applied for my work permit. So within I was there. Within 8 months they applied for my work permit. So I got a 2 years work permit with them. And I worked there for 1.5 years since I started. So around towards 18 months I was in my work visa. The company closed down, so there was a big issue then. But otherwise they applied for my work permit. At that time, very few students got the opportunity to someone even applying. What I told them was, I will pay for solicitors and all the fees, but just give me the letter which you need to do. So it was quite straightforward, but a lot of students had to go back because there was no option of staying back.
So basically, for the part-time, we are just allowed to work 20 hours. Were you allowed to work 20 hours, or can you work more than that in a week?
You could work more, but you'd be on either emergency tax or they have to be up. So they were already in the process of my work visa. So that's why I was allowed to work. Once you have applied, that's fine to work full-time.
Wow. That's so great. That's so good. So your company got collapsed, like after your first full-time job you found after 8-9 months of struggling every single day, and your company got collapsed.
So that was my dream job. I was like thinking, okay, now finally I've made it. And you know, my brother had come here by that time, so I was paying his fee and my fee, and he was working in the same company. And he's my baby brother because I have 2 siblings and he's the younger one, so he's the baby of the family. So I was kind of feeling very proud that I'm supporting him, and you know, life is sorted. But God has different plans. So what happened after that was, the company was on a government funding. The funding suddenly stopped. Literally overnight it stopped. And I thought, it's okay, the company has been paying me for the last 1 year. They will still pay me. And I worked and I worked and I worked still. And I got them even more money because I found another way of funding. But anyway, so they didn't pay me for the first month. And I thought, okay, they've not paid me, but they've promised me they will pay me next month. And I then, out of whatever little savings we had, we were still making ends meet. I told my brother, you start working somewhere else, because I was working here. I was working 40 hours, which is full time, but I was working much longer hours.
Yeah.
But they didn't pay me for next month. And then eventually at the 11th week, where I was end of 3 months, I told them I really need some money because I'm finding it very hard. At that time they said we're going to close down.
What?
So they didn't pay me. I was so new, I did not know I could actually do anything about it. I just walked away from it, and I thought I'm going to get my peace of mind and walk away from it. But having a debt of 3 months where I had to pay rents, and as you were saying, some agents are really bad. I was renting with this agency, and I told them there was no heating or electricity for 2 days. I told them you need to fix that. They said no, you need to pay the rent. We can't fix it, otherwise we're going to get the dogs and we're going to throw all your stuff out.
Wow.
And I was so scared that I will be homeless again. And because I had faced it, I was terrified of being homeless.
Of course. After 8 months back, you figure out something, and then again you're on the zero.
So anyway, that didn't happen. I found another job, a small shop job, which was paying me literally £2 an hour. So going back to square one and starting again in that circle. I've done it a few times. It's not fun. You have to be extremely strong-minded to be able to go through that.
Yeah. But one of the thing, when I came over here, I came to this country, I personally feel that one thing is lacking in all the students who are coming over here is the right mindset, which I personally feel, because I have been into this country, and one of my last video I've stated that you should at least stay over this country for at least 12 months. When you're new, you should stay in this country for 12 months, because you're gonna have a habit of getting into troubles and making out on your own self. Like if you aren't because we Indians have a mentality like if we are in something, we are gonna take us out of it. We have that jugadu mindset in ourselves, and it has helped me out. Like we know how to get out of things, but if we again go to the comfort level which we came from, it is worse. What do you want to say about that?
I absolutely agree. The first time I went back to India was after 18 months. Though I was dying to go inside, I knew if I went back, it would be very hard for me to adjust again. Why? Because you get in the comfort zone. You get being used to being served again or taken care again. You have a soft shoulder to cry on. You don't want that. You want to rough it out and make yourself really strong. And only if you've seen all 12 months, each season, every single day in roughness, you will shine as a diamond. Honestly, you have to sharpen all the sides. You cannot leave any side unpolished. By going away for whatever reason, comfort reason, or I miss home, or I want mom's food, honestly, is not going to help you. It's going to make you want it again and again and again. It's going to be a vicious cycle. If you want to rough it out, if you actually decide, and mindset, as you said, decide and stick with it. Put it up on your walls. You had to see, when I was a student, I had everything on my wall. Not going back, never shed a tear, make it work, or that. It was those kind of things. I put it up on my walls, and I had my roommate saying, Pagal hai, what are you doing? You sleep next to this wall. So why not? That's what I want. I had that.
In my earlier videos, I've showed my room tour where I have a wall. On that wall, there are so many quotes that are written over there, because of course there would be 100% times when every single day you're gonna feel like quitting, or every single day you're gonna feel like I just want to go home. It's not gonna happen to me. Maybe it's gonna happen to them. It's never gonna happen to me. So that thing keeps me like. It's so important to have your why with you when you come to this country, because I've seen students like the only reason they get bored or they don't want to stay in this country is the reason they don't have their why. Like,
your why has to be very strong, and it has to be right in front of you. It's very easy.
Every single day you have to see it.
And it's very easy to convince yourself and say, it's not for me. Maybe I'm going to try something else. It's very easy. But when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and you really have to be tough. You are uprooting yourself. You're uprooting a tree from the root. India is your root, and you're planting yourself somewhere else. It's gonna have the challenges. Come on,
boy.
The 12 months are the challenges. You're seeing all the seasons. You're getting seasoned by the seasons, right? You really need to do that.
That's awesome. Now 22 years have passed, and you figured out, like, you got your PR in 3, 4, 5 years, right? Awesome. So
not really 3, 4, 5 years. So because of this drama which happened with the company, I had to go back on a student visa, and I had to go back on a spouse visa. I had to change my visa status so many times. My husband came to this country in 2004. I came in 2000. He got his PR much earlier than me because he had a straightforward file.
Yeah.
God wanted to challenge me and make me stronger.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful he did that,
Yeah.
because what I am is because of those challenges. If it was a smooth ride, I don't think I would be as strong as I am.
Wow. So 22 years have passed by. How did you now, like, talking about this experience, how do you feel? Like, what comes into your mind when you think about 22 years have passed and I have, like, how old were you when you first came into this country?
I was 23, so you're guessing my age now. But
Yeah.
hey.
I was 23. In fact, I was 23. Like, I just came into this country last September. I was 23 at the time. I just turned 24 this year.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
okay. So 22 years have passed. It doesn't feel like it, I'll be honest. It feels like I came yesterday. I still feel as close to India.
Yeah.
And I still miss it as much.
Oh.
But when I go to India, one
Yeah.
thing that has changed is after 3 to 4 weeks max, I start missing home.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel London is home for me.
Wow.
So I never felt that in the start. I just wanted to stay a few more days and a few more days and a few more days.
Yeah.
But now in 3-4 weeks, I just think I really want to go back. I'm
Yeah.
ready to go back. So I think you do transition without knowing.
Wow. Like, this is so mandatory for every person to feel it, to see it, to know, like, before starting your journey. Like, no one told me this. The experience which I am hearing from her right now, I'm so blessed that I did not had that, because I had my own personal experiences, but the thing that she faced, or even if you are gonna face, would be totally different. But you should learn from other people's mistake, because you are some or the other way gonna do that as well. So just learn from what she said, because I learned a whole lot from what she said. I remember the first day I met her in the networking event. So I remember the first day when I saw her, I was like, she introduced me to every single person, and I was, of course, I was new to this country. I was underconfident. I did not, like, talk to so many people at that time. But when I met her, everything was different, because she was introducing me to every single person, and she introduced me to her colleagues, to her friends and family. I was like, wow, such like, there's a home. When you're gonna stay in this country, you are gonna find people who are gonna push you hard, and who are gonna make your life better over here. Awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even express it in words. What's the one advice that you wanna give to your younger self, or the students who are gonna come, or you should have, like, known before coming to this country, especially after 22 years?
Have dreams, write them down, because your dreams will change and evolve, and let them. That's how it's supposed to be. I will tell you, my dream was to have £1,000 in my account.
Wow.
I had that within the first few months, thankfully.
Wow.
Then my dream was to have £2,000. Within a few years, I had that. And my dreams changed. But every time it changes, it's a great thing, because you're pushing yourself more. But don't compromise on your dreams. When Rinki, I was telling her, I said, why choose between a job and a business? Why not do both?
Yeah.
Why choose between being a mom and entrepreneur? Why not have both?
Yeah.
But people mostly in India think, I need to be a doctor or an engineer or a whatever, you know, a stand-up comedian. No,
Yeah.
you don't have to be just one thing.
Yeah.
Have your options open and try everything. You can, honestly, if you have the right mindset,
Yeah.
you can achieve anything you want, and then you will find a way. But if you forget what your dreams were,
Yeah.
you will see someone else meeting those dreams, and you will say, oh, long ago, that's what I wanted to do. It's too late at that time.
Yeah.
Don't forget your dreams. That's why writing them down, putting it right where you work. It's on my desk now.
Yeah.
It was in my bedroom, because at that time I only
That's
had a bedroom.
22 years back.
So
Awesome.
it's important to, remember your roots. And we come from affluent backgrounds. In India, if you're coming abroad, you're not from a normal background.
Yeah.
You have the money to travel, but remember, there are a lot of people in our country, we don't have the money.
Yeah.
So always remember, we come from a very humble background,
Yeah.
but we have come to establish ourselves and
Yeah.
prove whatever you're doing in this country, any country, you're a reflection of India.
Yeah.
Remember, you are being watched, and all Indians will be generalized if you're having pan in public and going. Please don't do that. Please don't give a
Yeah.
bad name to your community.
Yeah.
Remember, they are very small tips, but remember, you're representing your country.
Yeah.
And your love for your country. If you think you love your country, you really don't know till you get out.
Yeah.
That's where it intensifies.
That's so true. That's so true. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching till now. If you have watched till now, please click on the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button. She is an awesome lady. What do you do currently? Forex trading, or what exactly do you do currently right now? Do you do a job, or are you a full-time entrepreneur?
I do a lot of things. So I don't compromise on my dreams. I want to work. There's a book called 4-Hour Work Week. I read that in 2016 and it changed my life. Yeah. Books can change your life if you let the book change your life.
Yeah.
A book cannot be sitting there looking at you changing your life. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Okay? Yeah. You have to implement the actions, and I did. I have a few businesses, the main one being trading. Wow. I trade Forex and crypto. Anybody who's into any part-time or full-time income and want to earn with minimal effort, which was my aim, that few hours and a lot of money is what I want. Everybody does a full-time job and earn that much money. What's the point if I do the same thing? Yeah. Do something unconventional which people don't do, and you will get unconventional results. Wow. If you do the same thing every day and expect different results, there's something wrong there. You need to do something different to expect a different result, and that's what I do. I'm a Forex and a crypto trader. Reach me out. I'm on Instagram, Smithi Jani. I'm on Facebook as well, and I'm sure Rinki will add.
I'm gonna add her details in the description below. If you wanna learn anything about her journey, if you wanna ask any type of questions like, how can I do this thing best in this country, or I'm just coming to this country as a new student, if there's anything you can suggest me apart from what other people do, as you can reach her out. I'm gonna mention all her details in the description below. Thank you so much for coming to this channel, and this means a whole lot to my audience. Like, first of all, like, you are awesome. Like, thank you so much for being an inspiration for every single woman that is gonna see you now, and she's gonna be inspired by seeing you now, and not just have a simple and a layman thing, and have a bigger goal in their lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rinki. Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here, and I feel if I've changed even one life by this, it's worth it.
You have changed mine though.
Maybe because it's worth it.
Bye. Take care. See ya guys in the next one.